Welcome back to Point of View. We've been talking about tourism on the program today and movement, moving around, that sweet freedom to roam freely. And later on we'll get a taste of life as a travelling ambassador for tourism from our guest today, Abigail Havora. But before then, I touched on it before the break, and it's all well and good to want to encourage tourists to come to PNG, but how can we expect them to be safe if we ourselves often feel unsafe in our own streets, in our own cities, around our own homes? So ladies, what are some of your personal experiences in your daily lives moving around the place? Filma.
Well, it's definitely not safe. I have, buses. I can't catch a bus for fear of getting in some way assaulted or having stuff stolen. And then you have to be careful of your surroundings. So it's a different type of, I guess you have to be switched on all the time. You have to know who's coming where, who's behind you, why is that guy looking at me funny? Just a different level of attention that I need to focus on what's happening around me, because there's so much opportunity for danger. So moving around in buses is something I sometimes can't do safely, and then you have to dress a certain way, then you have to go with your friends. Moving in numbers is safer. So definitely something, there's a lot of issues in terms of movement for me.
Yeah, is that, I mean, you already mentioned that you don't catch buses, do you?
I mean, I don't, but if I'm desperate to get somewhere and I need to go, then I have to go with guys. Yeah. Like I have to ask someone to escort me, not just one person, but at least more than two, because I don't feel safe at all. Yeah. There's always that element of risk, as Filma said.
Yeah. And Cleo?
Yes, I think for me, I take a bus every day to work or to wherever it is, and I have to go through Gordon's, which is the place we all fear in Moss Bay. But thankfully, we now have police patrolling the area. But even with police, you still have to be careful. And like we all say, you have to be dressed in a certain way so that you don't attract opportunists, or you don't show things in public, and that's what I have to take heed of every day. My mother says to pray before I leave every day. So, bus. So it's just something that I have to be careful about.
Yeah, but why is it? I mean, is it real? Is it just a perception? I mean, to tell you the truth, I haven't caught a PMV in Port Moresby since I was 12 years old. And back then it was so cool because all the Morabians were the PMV drivers, so they're just like, oh, free ride, no worries. This little kid. But is it, what are the things that you're afraid of really, what's going to happen?
I had an experience a couple of years ago, and there was a woman who was sitting in the bus, and there was a man sitting next to her. So as the bus was moving along, he kept elbowing her and getting closer to her. And she says, please stop, And he kept doing it to the point where she actually shouted at him in the public, in the bus. The guy got up and slapped her and walked out. So don't scream at me like that.
Oh my
And I was sitting there like dumbfounded. I said, okay, are we gonna help him? Do we go to the police station? What do we do? Yeah. And she just cried. And she was pregnant at the time too.
Oh my goodness.
It's
no wonder we have that safe bus.
Yep.
What's the latest with that? Do we know much about that?
It's great. I catch it when I have a chance to.
Yep, I do get on it sometimes. I think it runs from just like the main bus stops. But like you were saying about bad experiences in a bus or trying to get on a bus. I had when I was trying to get to Gordon's, I had two little boys, mind you, they were like 9 years old, and they ran up to me. One held my arm, and the other was checking my pocket. Good thing I didn't have anything. And then they got mad that I didn't have anything, and they were like, why you round nothing? Like, you're just wasting time, Domipna. So like, people are there, people are expecting you to carry stuff so they can steal. So that's the kind of thing that you have to be mindful of, putting precious stuff where people don't see it, and you just act like you're not carrying anything like that would attract attention.
Yeah. So Abby, it obviously, it's far more difficult for you on another level, being a high-profile person as well. So how do you get around if you can't, if catching a PMV? So what steps do you have to go through? How do you move?
Well, I get picked up.
Yeah.
I have family, some of my friends that help me move around. Like, I only resort to public transport if I desperately need something, or if I need to get somewhere. on time or something like that. But I used to catch bus when I was like in high school, but that was from Gordon's, from my school, Pomis to Gordon's to 15 Mile. And 15 Mile, because it's just one bus, and it's a small community, everyone knew each other. So as long as I saw someone from Koyari or one of our Highlands neighbors or anything, it was safe for us. But you know, when you move into the city, there's you know, the risks increase. So at the back of my mind, I always think someone could stab me or try to grab something, and if I fight back, I'll be the one getting hurt. So that's my biggest fear.
But what does it do to our psyche? You know, our sense of, are we really empowered? Are we really independent if we cannot just walk out of our own house without going and asking a man or a couple of men to come and protect us? I mean, you and I both, Philly, and you probably also, Abigail. I'm not sure about you, Cleo, but we've experienced living in another country, and I can walk to the shop at 11 o'clock at night by myself and buy my milk and my bread for the next day, no problems whatsoever. And I find it quite oppressive. How does it affect your psyche?
Well, it definitely limits me. It limits what I can do. It limits my efficiency. It limits my productivity, because I can't accomplish everything I want to, because I'm limited by these fears that hold me. You know, living overseas, nothing like that. Everything I needed to do, I could get done at home. Anything is accessible. But here, definitely, I'm more limited. I feel limited anyway.
Yeah. What about you girls? I mean, just in terms of the impact of the restrictions on moving around and the things you have to go through, how does it affect you? Maybe your psyche, but maybe also your productivity, what you can and can't expect to get done in a day.
Well, I have to, like I said, I have to get out of the house, right? So I decided to get into this. You have to be aggressive. If you're not aggressive, or if you're not, reacting, you're not going to survive, if you're going to lose something. So I get into this mode where when I'm out there, I have to put up a strong face. I have to look like, you can't touch me, or if you want to touch me, I can protect myself. So everyone has to do that, and if you don't do that, you get, you become a victim. And people are just, I think when you're out there, when you're showing that, that you're strong, people actually see it. And if someone's not doing that, and if they, someone's trying to take advantage on you, and if you're not actually, if you're, being a little bit, worried, or, they take advantage on that. So I think that's how people see it.
Well, we need to take a very quick break now. And when we return, Isabel Drummer takes us out on the streets to find out what people out there have to say about their freedom of movement. We'll be back soon.